Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to New Jersey, where the baling is done. Hooray! I managed to solve the issue that I was having in the last video. Mod conflict caused by game updates and new DLC. I also believe I've also got a fix for that as well, because I do believe the offending mod has already been updated. I did a quick search between the last video, for recording the last video and recording this one. I've had a bit of a break away from the game. It's what, 2:30 in the afternoon as I'm recording this, nearly 2:45 now. Because obviously I had a phone appointment this morning, first thing, at 11, which lasted nearly an hour. I could have done without that bloody nonsense. And then I've had a quick trip into town to sort out some bits to help my mum sort out some bits with like the bank and stuff, since obviously my dad passed away. And we're still trying to sort things out, but again, it's all the red blooming tape. I hate to say this. The UK is an absolute fucking joke right now. It is. Especially if you're a UK citizen or a British citizen, it's an absolute fucking nightmare to get anything sorted out and done. Because you go to the bank and you want to like obviously transfer all the accounts over into mum's name and everything now that dad's passed away, and straight away they're like, have you got a driver's license? Mum's like, no, I've never driven. I have, because of my health, I've never been able to drive, so I don't have a driver's license. Awesome.
Not straight away from now.
I've done a thingy blobby doodah. I'll tell her later. Yeah, we've been trying to sort stuff out, and that she's just had a phone call from the mobile phone company. Because again, mobile phone company, you go into the mobile phone shop and say, oh, we need to cancel Dad's contract because he's passed away. Oh, well, you've signed up for a 2-year contract. You might have to keep paying it. Well, why will we? He's dead. He's not going to use the phone. We've got his death certificate here that proves he's died. Oh, my gosh. We're going to have to send a form off. And all. It's like, oh, Jesus. Please, can you not just help people? Have a bit of compassion, companies. Like the bank, like I was saying. Oh, have you got your driver's license? Why? Well, we need to prove who you are. Well, she doesn't have a driver's license. She doesn't drive. She's never driven. She's been disabled most of her life. She can't drive. Well, have you got your passport then instead? No, she doesn't have a passport because she's never ever left the country. Oh, well, if you don't have those, how do we know who you are? Well, she's got a birth certificate here. She's got a marriage certificate. She's got Dad's birth certificate. She's got death certificate. She's got a badge from the county council, which has got her name and everything on, and her photo showing that she's registered disabled. Her disabled badge. Oh, well, that's not a valid form of ID. What do you mean it's not a valid form of ID? It's issued by the bloody local authority, the local council. The county council for the entire county that we live in. It's got a photo on. We've had to go, and she's had to go and have a photo, and then it's all been done, put on the... Well, we can't prove who you are, so you're gonna have to speak to the bereavement team. We'll give you a phone number, and you'll have to talk to them, and they might be able to advise you on what other forms of identification and that you want to use. Right. And that, so it's like, got to sort all that out. And then we're like, and then Mum was like, oh, yeah, because obviously we spent a lot of money. We've had a lot of, obviously, money to spend over the last month. You know, funeral and everything was all paid for out of the main, like, current account thing. So Mum went to the counter, the cash counter, and asked the lady if she could draw £2,000 out of the savings account. And the lady was like, oh yeah, sure. What do you want the money for? What do you want the money for? What's it got to do with you, you nosy cow? It's her money. No to do with you. So anyway, the woman, she goes, oh, I'll get the money out. Do you want any 50s and stuff? It's like, well, yeah, sure, fine. Anyway, the woman gets the £2,000 out the little fancy machine, counts all the money, and she puts it in an envelope, seals the envelope, and goes to hand it to my mum. And I went, hang on a minute. Don't you want to see some ID? Says, how do you know that's her? I says, how do you know? You know? It's ridiculous. Just walk up to the counter with a bank card and say, I want to take £2,000 out of this account. Never had to enter any PIN numbers or anything. She didn't. Just put it in the machine. The woman says, oh, do you want any £50 notes? 20, you know, what sort of denomination do you want it in? No freaking security checks there. But, oh, you want to notify the bank that, you know, someone's passed away? Oh, you better have a photo ID, driver's license, passport, and all that stuff. Absolute nonsense. So yeah, we've had that to deal with this afternoon. And now I'm just looking to do some farming again, because I need to just chill out, because I'm obviously a little bit wound up now. Because it's just not easy. And I could go and have a massive... I mean, I could go off on a massive rant. I really could right now. About various things here in the UK that I'm not in agreement with and don't like. Because of, obviously, things that are happening. You've probably seen it in the news if you live in the UK. Things to do with, you know, migrants and these Ukrainian refugees and stuff that are coming here, and all the fucking, you know, fancy treatment they get given, all the handouts and all the help that they get from our government. And yet, you know, here we are, born and bred in this country, worked all our lives in this country, paid all our taxes, paid all our national insurance. We can't get any kind of help or support with our day-to-day living, day-to-day lives. Yet somebody comes over here on a rubber boat with no freaking documentation or details about who they are or where they're from, and the freaking government bends over backwards to give them absolutely everything. Here's a house, here's loads of money, here's your utility bills, your gas and electric, here's your food. You know, no, it's no wonder everybody wants to come here to this country, because they're freaking well looked after. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to lift a finger. You know, oh, it's like the country's one big hotel for foreigners. It is. And yet, those freaking monkeys, those freaking idiots that have lived here all our lives, were born here, worked here, paid into the system. We're paying for all these freaking foreigners. Oh, I'm so mad. So mad. So mad. Winds me up. Right, I got the weeding done. Didn't we? Yes. We can't plant anything more till April. Olives and grapes have been fertilised, so that's all good. Aha, chickens. Let's see if I can... Can't unload 200. Can I unload? Can't unload 248. Can I unload 124 perhaps? Half. Yes, I can. Oh, happy days. Right. I guess what I probably ought to do is just move this guy out of the way. Obviously, I know there's still chickens in there. And those chickens are just going to have to deal with that fact that they're in there. What I could do with is taking some of this stuff, again, getting it sold. Getting, and then going round and just checking on all products that we've got in different places. Got my big truck. So yeah, the baling I have managed to fix. So I update, it was the mod is for the one that does the automatic unloading of wrap bales. So you don't have to keep stopping and manually unloading a bale wrapper. It just automatically drops them. And I think there's another mod as well for round bales, round bale extension or something, which on the balers that are like where are they? Let's have a look. That one, yeah, balers like that one, which don't have the wrapping. Obviously, you make the bale and then you need to unload the bale. And I think the round back, the bale extension mod has a thing in it, a script in it, which actually causes the balers to like automatically slow down as they're getting full. And then as soon as the bale is 100% full, it stops. You can't actually physically move the tractor. It's like an automatic brake, and you can't actually move the baler until the bale is unloaded. And you can actually have it automatically unload. So it's got like the automatic unload built into that as well for those balers. So basically, you could just sit there on a field with your finger on the accelerator, don't take it off, your tractor will drive. As it fills up, it'll then automatically slow down as it gets to 100%. As soon as it hits 100%, it'll automatically stop. It'll automatically unload the bale, and then it will carry on again because you've not took your finger off the button. So yeah, those mods have had to be updated, I think, because of this 1.9 patch and because of the new DLC. And like I say, they are on lsfarmingmods.com, I think it is. From the same people that do the mods, Hofbergman map and like the universal tank pack that I use. All those types of things, they're from the same site as that, so they're on there. They're a little bit tricky to find because that site doesn't seem to organise mods in like order of like latest version and stuff. It goes by when the mod was first published. Unless I was missing some way to reorganise it by like latest updates or whatever. I was finding it to be a bit of a hassle to find the mods because they come out. Obviously, these were mods that came out right when FS22 was first released, because they've been mods that team have made for every version of Farm Sim over the last, several versions. So it was like going all the way back. I had to go all the way back to like November 2021 to find these script mods. And sure enough, they've been updated, like, you know, in the last couple of days. But it's like you've got to go back to like about page 50 of the mod pages on that site to find them. Clicking through. I mean, obviously for people in my like Discord and that, I'll probably just chuck the mods into the mod channel. I'll probably, because they're only little light script. They're not like, you know, several. They're not like megabytes of download. They're literally like just a few kilobytes of a script mod. So I might chuck them on my Discord, so people, at least people who are on my Discord, can download them easy enough and be able to update them and not have any problems. Excellent stuff. Right, let's go get our meat products now then from the butchers. We've also got some leather there, which means I might have to go down to... No, I don't have to go down to the tailor's is right here, isn't it? The tailor's is right here. So if I bring my leather, it should go in there, where it gets turned into like leather jackets and stuff. So the leather will be all mixed in with this like meat stuff. Alright, so we've got some leather. Needs to go in here. There we go. Perfect. That's got rid of all of that. That's got me leather into there. I probably ought to empty the tailors as well, because that's going to obviously have clothes and teddy bears and all that good stuff that we can sell. Because don't forget, I'm going to need to buy an olive harvester this year. Might be able to use the same trailer that I've currently got on the back of the truck, on the car, should I say, the pickup, to do the olives, to accept the olives. Where do I get rid of the animal fat again? I forget on this map. it did used to go to, as I say, with the newest, latest, more up-to-date versions of the mod, the animal fat goes into the and where is it? Down here. The animal fat goes into the same factory as my maple sap. The factory that makes your maple syrup also produces soap. Turns the animal fat into soap. And I think the animal fat also gets used in a couple of other recipes, but those factories do take it. But obviously I haven't updated the mod on this playthrough, so I'm using an very out of date version of the mod on this save. On my next map that I play, my next Let's Play series, which replaces Riverview, I will have the most current and up to date mod version available. And I think people will be that'll be a lot happier. Does mean we'll have more stuff to move around, because there's a hell of a lot more products. Hell of a lot more products to get invested and involved in. As you may have seen on my Ringwoods stream, if you've been watching my Ringwood series. There's a lot. But yeah, that's a lot of products there emptied and dealt with. We'll go back to the factory now. Like I said, I've got to wait for those bales to ferment. The only other place to check on, whilst we've got the truck, is maybe the dairy. Not the dairy. Is it the dairy? Might be worth checking down at the dairy. And if not the dairy, we probably should head down to the bakery, see what's there, and then finally, last stop perhaps, check in with the tailors, see what the tailors have produced. Obviously March is nearly at an end here. We're on day 3 out of our 4-day month. I probably will skip ahead to April though, fairly soon. That is just all ice cream, baby. We've just loaded up with 15,000 litres of ice cream. It's a lot of ice cream. That'd keep Mr. Whippy going for a bit, wouldn't it, eh? That'd keep Mr. Whippy in business for a few weeks. I wonder how long it takes him to get through 15,000 litres doing his 99p flakes. Farm Sim League. What have we got here then? We have got cakes. We've got pies. And out we've got other goodies. Chocolate cakes. They don't double stack, unfortunately. Any more? There we go. Let's see how many more we get. And these can go back to the supermarket then. We're looking quite full in there. I think you'll agree. Quite full. It's better than not being full. So let's take these, go get them sold. At least we've moved some product this year, this month. But yeah, pretty much all the field work is done now until April. As soon as April 1st hits, we need to be out seeding our sorghum. We also need to be getting out with the fertilizer sprayer and fertilizing some of the fields, like my canola field, is it? Or my wheat, whatever field, wheat field. We'll go out and have a quick look. Grapes and olives need another dose of fertilizer. Field 7 needs a dose of fertilizer. My grass field that I've just mowed either needs fertilizing or it needs rolling. So we'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, nice little sale day today. Spring sale. Get rid of all the stuff we've accrued over the winter from our productions. You know. Get rid of all the stuff. I might leave the tailors till April, because I think in my mind April is the best time of year to sell like your clothing and stuff, with the vanilla game pricing system and everything. So yeah, we definitely want to do that. There's a restaurant there that will take food, but I'm going to sell everything to the supermarket just because it's easy. Look at the money flying in. Right, I'm just going to leave the truck parked down here for the time being. Go and check on things. I've also obviously reparked my tractor and sprayer after demolishing it with the big truck last time round. Taylor can come back. I don't know. I don't know if I've got a grass roller or not. Have I? Because I think I elect to do grass fertilizing. I've got a Mandako roller for rolling the field. But no, I don't have a roller for rolling grass. I'm fairly convinced of that. Right, so I need the sprayer is what I need to go and fertilise my grass. So we get another good cut later in the year where we can do our hay after the summer. And we're probably going to need this anyway then in March, as I say anyway, to go around and do all the finer fertilising of all these fields. Like, obviously, the wheat over that on that field needs to be done. The grapes and olives will need doing again. And then, obviously, sorghum fields will need doing as if they require it. I'm hoping they don't, because I did the oilseed radish and stuff. But obviously, I'm not running fertiliser in my seeders. Or I could be, because I've got some in my loading thing. In my warehouse down there. Next to the where I keep all the vehicles, next to the hay loft. I've got seed in there, and I'm sure I've got dry fertiliser. I know I've got liquid fertiliser and I've got liquid herbicide stored in there. Pretty certain I've got some solid fertiliser in there too. I might, when I'm doing the sorghum seeding, load the seeder up with fertiliser just to make sure. Just to make sure we're getting fertilising done at the same time. And then I think the only thing I have to do after the fertilising would be the rolling. And as we already know, I elected not to roll my canola field. So, I decided not to bother doing the rolling on the canola. I'm not desperate for canola. Canola's just one of them nice little crops that makes you a decent bit of money. But we're at that stage now, I think, where we're kind of doing okay on that sort of stuff. I did say in the last episode, didn't I? I need to look at I need to buy some sugar. Pretty sure I need to buy some sugar. So, in the not too distant future as well, probably need to take a trailer, maybe with the underbelly, maybe the underbelly trailer, which is actually parked over at the farm near the hayloft. We could probably do with taking that down to the store, loading it up with sugar from the sugar pallets, and then bringing some sugar to the bakery, to the dairies, probably to this place as well needs sugar, I think. Get that done ASAP, really. Again, we don't want the production stopping. We need the productions to keep running, really. We don't want to run out of stuff. And our little business enterprise keeps going. But like I say, this year, the whole aim of this year and the crops I'm growing this year is to nail those achievements for the sorghum, for the olives. Get those done, or at least get them somewhat worked towards, and then once they're ticked off the list, we can then focus obviously then on farming and making sure we're growing all the crops we need for all of the production items. So things like potatoes we'll need to do. Because obviously we do potatoes, we do French fries, we do chips, and getting all that kind of stuff. We need some corn, because we want to do popcorn, don't we, and things. So we might, things that I've been putting off doing, and that, we will then get into that. I haven't provided so far, we will look at providing after this year. So we need to have a bit of a sit down at the end of the year, check on everything, and then work out what it is we need to put in for next year. But, ladies and gents, we've sadly reached the end of today's episode. I know you're all as disappointed as I am. I always hate the end of the episode, because it's the sad bit. But I will see you in a few days' time. I'll be back with some more lovely content from this map. It'll be April. We'll be getting sorghum planted. We'll be getting other things sorted out. You won't want to miss it. So, I will see you then. But for now, from me, C. Waddy, it's goodbye. Take care. Stay safe, everybody.